Hey guys, it's me, Lindsay. Welcome to SOAR from Home. This is Project SOAR. We are a nonprofit community education programming for adults with disabilities or special needs. And we are located here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Welcome to all of our friends from all over the place. And we hope that you enjoy and follow along with our videos. These are meant to be fun, to practice our skills, and just stay connected while we're at home. So today, as you guys can see by the title, we are going to be practicing another social skill. So some of us have already started getting back together. We're doing some in person as well as online classes here at Project SOAR. And some of you guys are back to day programs or classes or your Transition Plus programs. So I think it's really important that we refresh, we brush off those cobwebs, and it's always good to review and work on your skills, even if you think you've got them down pat. There's always room to work on stuff, right? It's always good to practice. So today, as you guys can read in the title, we're gonna be working on personal space, all right? Now, I think right now we have a good idea of personal space because how many feet are we supposed to be staying apart? 6, correct? So why is it 6 feet? 6 feet is a good distance to be apart so that we are able to not transmit our germs to each other. Of course, we're wearing our masks and everything we're supposed to be doing too, right? But we're gonna be talking about personal space, and it goes really well with also following COVID policies and being able to stay 6 feet apart from others, especially those that we don't live with, and making sure that everyone's comfortable. So when I am with other people, other animals, other people, there are rules I need to follow. So those are social skills, and that's how I want to present myself to make others comfortable, okay? Today we're working on personal space. There's other videos that can help you with other things, but today that's our focus. And personal space means that when there are other people and friends around me in a room, I need to make sure my body stays away from their body. So I don't need to be stuck to them, right? I don't need to be glued. Maybe it's my helper and they're helping me to walk or they're guiding me. That's okay. But I'm talking about when I'm somewhere and my friend's there, I don't need to go up and stand right next to them, right? That's not giving them personal space. That's giving them no space. And even though we know that we like them and our friends like us, it's okay to need personal space. That's what's appropriate. And that's also how we're gonna stop spreading germs. So when I come close to a friend or I touch them without their permission, maybe their hair looks cool, I wanna reach out. Nope, we're not gonna touch friends without their permission. How does that make your friend feel? So if I come up and I get really, really close, how am I making you feel right now? Pause the video, talk to your group about it. Okay, if you need more time, keep pausing the video and come back. But when I get really, really close, how did that make you feel? Did that make you feel like, whoa, Lindsay's eyes coming at me? Did it make you feel comfortable with me? Or did it make you feel uncomfortable? I think it made you feel uncomfortable. When people get really close to me, I start kind of going back up, back up. That's what personal space is. When somebody gets too close or starts touching me without my permission, I definitely feel uncomfortable. And if I feel uncomfortable, do I want to be around the person that made me uncomfortable? So I want you guys to pause the video and talk to your group about, or your parent or your staff, whoever's with you watching this video. That's a good practice thing. So the question is, if I am uncomfortable because somebody comes too close or touches me without permission, how do I want to be around that person? Pause the video, talk. Okay, so I think we all came up with the same answer, but no, when we're uncomfortable, we don't want to do something, right? So if I'm uncomfortable with you, do I really want to be next to you? Or am I going to start, kind of going, I don't want to hang out. yeah, I'm gonna go sit over there with, you know, that person, because they're better about not being so close to me, right? So we don't want to make our friends feel uncomfortable. When I make my friends feel uncomfortable, they want to get away from me. Now, this is our next question we're going to pause and talk about. So the question is, how would it make you feel if your friend didn't want to be next to you or close to you because you made them uncomfortable? So you're going to pause and talk about how would you feel if your friend doesn't want to be next to you because you made them uncomfortable. Pause your video. Okay. I think that I'm not going to be ready to be around that friend if they make me feel uncomfortable. They're not going to be my first choice. And that's going to make me really sad. If I make somebody uncomfortable and now they're like, ooh, Lindsay, I don't really want to be around you. Maybe because I put my face really close to the camera, some of you were like, I don't want to keep watching this video. When we turn it off, it's because I made you uncomfortable. And I'm going to be really sad about that because I don't want to make somebody uncomfortable, especially people I like and I'm friends with, because I want them to want to be around me. Now, especially with COVID, some people are very uncomfortable if you come in within the 6 feet range. Now, a good way to remember 6 feet is it's kind of the size of a jump rope, or when we're adults, if you put your arms out, it's fingertip to fingertip, just about, maybe a little extra, okay? That's how far you need to be apart from each other. So like a jump rope, and that's all the way around you. I can be a jump rope distance away from my friend Harry, but if Sally stands right next to me, I'm not being distant from her. So I need to make sure I move and we make a 6-foot triangle between me, Harry, and Sally. That way we're all comfortable with how close we are. All right, this is something. Now, I know that sometimes we want to talk quiet or we're talking to somebody and we feel like we really need to get close in order to talk, right? How close do you actually need to be to talk to someone? I want you to pause and talk about that with your group, staff, family, or just think about it. So how close do you need to be to talk to someone? Pause your video. Okay, so if you go back, we have another one that talks about talking and enunciating. But if you're able to talk normally, you can be that 6 feet away from somebody and they will still be able to hear you. And if you're someone like me, who I naturally talk really loud, I can definitely be across the room from somebody and they can hear me. Now, if I'm trying to tell them something sensitive, I'm not gonna talk very loud, but I still don't need to be right next to them, talking right into their ear. All right, so I can still stand back and use my voice, make sure my voice is high enough for somebody to hear, and talk to them while we're still appropriately apart, okay? So something to think about, because it's not only when you go to greet somebody or when you're just around them or hanging out that you need to give them personal space, but also when you're interacting and communicating. That's a hard one to remember. So what thing that the last thing I want to say, and I'm going to give you 2 activities to do after, is when I give my friends personal space and they feel comfortable with me, it makes them want to be around me more, right? So if somebody is giving me my personal space, they're really respecting my body and my body's space around me, I'm okay with being around them, especially right now with COVID. If someone is following the rules, they're wearing their mask, they're standing back, you know, we're not high-fiving or anything, that makes me want to be around them more because I feel like they're following safety too. They're making sure they're precautious. So that makes me want to be around them more. All right. Same thing just in life in general. If people aren't coming up to me, if somebody comes and touches me and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be touched, I don't want to be around them. But when they respect my body and the distance I need around my body, my personal space, then I'm okay with that person and saying, hey friend, what do you want to do? You want to get together? I'm going to want to be around them more. So these are our 2 activities I want to give you. So these will be good in like a group setting or at least to do with one other person. All right, so if you need to pause your video to go find your other person, totally do it. Okay, so activity 1 is going to be called Don't Pop My Bubble. Okay, so what you're going to do is that each person is going to imagine that they have a bubble around them. All right, and your bubble, you're going to keep your hands out as far as you can go, okay? And you're going to go to a room and you're going to walk around, and you cannot get close to that person's arm span or you will pop their bubble. Your arms are keeping your bubble out. It's keeping it around. So your bubble wouldn't only just be this, it would be all the way around you. So if I start walking around, but then if this window was a person and I got too close, oh, my bubble popped. Oh no, then I'm out and I gotta sit down, okay? It's kind of like playing tag. One person will be it, the other people are gonna try to keep their personal space, okay? So you can do it as everyone has a bubble and you're just trying to walk around and make sure you don't get too close. Or you can play it, one person is it, and they're trying to pop your bubble and you're trying to stay away, but no running, always be walking. So if somebody gets near you in your bubble space, your bubble's popped, you go and sit down, all right? But it's good to practice, make sure that you understand how to maintain personal distance. So walking around a room and making sure to avoid each other, that gives you a visual clue on how to do that. So that's Don't Pop My Bubble. And that's 2 different ways to play Don't Pop My Bubble. All right, then I want you to, the second activity is when we're talking to someone, practicing our loud, clear voices and practicing standing away from them. So you can line up away from somebody at 6 feet, starting at 6 feet with your mask, or if you live with them, you're fine. But you're gonna stand there and you're gonna ask them a question. It could be any question, it could be, what's your favorite color? Then they say their answer. And if you can hear them clearly respond and they heard you clearly say the question, then that's great. Then you're gonna take a step back from each other. So you're gonna need a little bit of room. Then you're gonna ask, the other person who answered is gonna ask a question to the person who asked the question before, and they're gonna answer. So then that person can say, what's your favorite movie? And the person can answer their favorite movie. And if you can hear them clearly through their mask, and you guys both heard it, you guys can step back. That's teaching you how loud or quiet you need to be based on the space between you. So do I have to shout to somebody 6 feet away from me? No, I can probably talk normal. So, but as you get further and further away from somebody, you wanna see how loud your voice needs to go. So it's just good practice and training, but also it'll help you understand that I don't have to be like this to talk to you, right? All right. So go ahead, practice those with your group. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions or wants for your social skills or future life skills videos. Also want to mention, so I'm 2 weeks away from having my baby, and I promised somebody that I would show. There is a baby right there. So Lindsay has 2 weeks left before my baby comes. So I'm gonna try. If she comes early, that's okay too, but if there's a break in videos, that's why, because I had a baby. I'm planning to still post videos. I'm gonna try to once a week after I have the baby, while I'm still on maternity leave. But if there's a break, that's why, and that's okay. But we have lots of videos in our Project SOAR YouTube channel, so make sure to go back and watch some of those. We have some fun activity ones and all of that. If you're a part of Project SOAR, make sure you guys are going online to our website, www.projectsoarmn.org, and checking out our new summer catalog, and you can hit the register online button to make sure you get your spots. We have a lot of classes that require tickets this summer that will help maintain those COVID safe precautions. And so you need to make sure to register early to get your spots and your tickets covered. All right, everyone have such a great Wednesday, and I will see you later. Bye.